Psalms chapter 10, verse 4. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, would not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. I'm going to give all praises, honors, and glories unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKodash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone that do indeed well. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the members of the elect, the elected 1/3. Shalom. This is Brother Dawada from the GMS Detroit camp coming at you with another video. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKodash. And today I want to do a video, alright, going in on Evil E, alright, because I was meditating on it, because the apostle, Elder Apostle Gabar was doing the video, alright, he mentioned how he had some individual that believes in evolution, which is nothing more than Esau's madness, you know. And I thought to myself, hey, certain people, they'll hear that and they'll think, well, why does Esau think that? Why does he think that everything was created outside of a higher power? Well, it's because he's the wicked, all right? The Most High is not in all his thoughts, all right? He don't think about the Most High. He don't consider the Most High, all right? He's not righteous. He doesn't acknowledge the Most High Heavenly Father. And that's how he was created. He was created to be contrary. He was created to be the wicked. So, of course, he'll have a theory, all right, which excludes the Heavenly Father. Psalm chapter 10, verse 1. Why standest thou afar off, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai? And that's how it seems. That's how it feels. All right. Let's jump real quick to Habakkuk, the first chapter, and verse 1. The burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see. O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, how long shall I cry? Right, because you have the members of the Lord's elect sighing and crying for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. All right. And thou wilt not hear. But in actuality, he is hearing. All right. But when your desires don't happen immediately, it seems or feels as if the Heavenly Father isn't hearing you. But he actually is. But you have to understand that everything has to happen in accordance with the time that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua has appointed. All right. Let's go real quick to 2nd Esdras, chapter 4. In verse 37. I'll start at 36. And unto these things Uriel the angel gave them answer and said, even when the number of seeds is filled in you, for he hath weighed the world in the balance. By measure hath he, that's the Most High Heavenly Father, measured the times. Right. So everything happens in accordance with the time that the Heavenly Father set up. There's a certain year, a certain month, a certain day, a certain hour, all right, a certain minute, a certain second, when Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai brings a prophecy to pass, all right? And by number hath he numbered the times, and he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. So in other words, prophecy B won't take place until prophecy A has taken place. Everything happens in accordance with the time of the Heavenly Father. All right, he's not on our time, we're on his. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. That's where you get the saying, everything happens, all right? How does the saying go? Everything happens basically on its own time, roughly paraphrasing it, no, slack it, the water shall shine. There's a time for everything. That's where that saying comes from. It comes from the scriptures. All right. So let's go back to Habakkuk, chapter 1, verse 2. So now you know what that means. O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, how long shall I cry and thou wilt not hear? Even cry out unto thee of violence. Yeah, like you got, Esau constantly, gunning down our people, right? And thou wilt not save, right? Because we need deliverance out of this captivity. But the Lord will save us, but in accordance with his time. Because before the Lord can save us, what has to happen? The MOTB has to be implemented. Jacob's trouble has to take place. All right? All hell has to break loose before Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua will save us. All right? Why dost thou show me iniquity? Iniquity is wickedness. It caused me to behold grievance. For spoiling and violence are before me. Yeah, just look outside your window. You got Jake gunning down each other. You got Esau gunning Jake down. All right, you got people robbing and looting each other. It says, and there are that raise up strife and contention. Here, like these wicked scoffers and scorners. Therefore, the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth. Right. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous. That's Esau Edom. Right? He's the wicked. All right. And they're all around the nation of Israel. All right. They're all around us. Therefore, wrong judgment proceedeth. Right. Because the wicked is in power. So, because of the fact that the wicked is in power, the judgment doth never go forth. What judgment? The proper judgment for the transgression of the Heavenly Father's laws. That's not going forth. Like if you see a Mo walking down the street, really, you know what should happen to him. He should be put to death. But that doesn't happen. Why? Because the righteous are not in authority. All right? The nation of Israel is not in authority. Yahweh Baal Shem Shai's laws, statutes, and commandments are not being pushed as the standard upon this planet Earth. So let's go back to Psalms 10 and 1. Why standest thou afar off, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? Because that's how it seems. It seems as if the Heavenly Father has forsaken us, but really He hasn't. He's with us. What's an example of that? He's given us this understanding. Now we know the why. Why is this happening to us? Why are we catching all this hell? Why were we brought into slavery? Why am I the first fired, the last hired? Why is my woman constantly against me? Now we know all the answers to all that. See? And guess what? It's going to come to a point where Yahweh Baal Shem Shai is going to physically show himself. Because right now, the world is getting to know Yahweh Baal Shem Shai through this word being taught through the mouth of his prophets. But eventually, they're going to see him. They're going to see Yahweh Shai crack them skies open. All right? And he's going to make war with this planet Earth. See? He ain't going to hide himself for too much longer. He's beginning to show himself. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Yeah. This is what Esau's doing. He's constantly persecuting Jake. Let you walk into one of his supermarkets. They're all looking at you funny, you know, eyeballing you, following you throughout the store. That's them persecuting you. Let alone if you get pulled over, they put hell on you, give you a hard time. All right, they plant evidence, so on and so forth. Let them be taken in devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire. Yeah, he constantly speaks about his NWO system that he wants to implement, the MOTB system. Those are parts of his desire, his agenda. And blessed the covetous, whom Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushua abhorreth, which the word abhor means to avoid, doesn't mean to hate. All right? The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, because that's one of his main natures, all right, or his main qualities, is that he's a proud man, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. So he's not a godly man. He does not acknowledge the Heavenly Father. That's why he believes in evolution. That's why he pushes that madness. That's why when you send your children, whether it's your son or your daughter, you send them out to the full system, this is what they teach them. This is what they teach them. They teach them about evolution. They teach them that, one person told me, one of my so-called biology teachers, needless to say, she was an Edomite. She said, because that's how you know there's a difference. So when they were teaching this whole evolution garbage, and it was basically like the first time I'd actually heard it and was taught that garbage, Jake was rebelling against it. This is back when I was in high school. Jake was coming up against it, like, whoa, no, I don't believe in that. Believe it or not, there were meetings being held outside of class and Jake was talking about skipping her class because it was teaching that evolution. All right. I remember conversations where, people, Jake, obviously, my classmates would tell me, hey, I don't believe in that. Man, I might just skip her class, man. I don't believe in all that. You ain't going to tell me there ain't no God. You ain't going to tell me that. No. They was getting angry. You see? And that shows you that there's a difference between the righteous and the wicked. There's a difference between the Israelites and the Edomites. So I talked to the teacher after the class one day, and I said, I don't believe in all this nonsense. I said something like that. And she said, I don't understand why people can't think that there can't be both. There can't be evolution and God. I'm looking at her like, and you know why she said that? To get the people to accept that garbage. You know, there was another time while I was in Esau's school system, they were teaching something about some garbage concerning evolution, and I literally said in the class that makes no sense. That literally, and I was calling them out, and people started listening. Like, oh, you're right. That kind of doesn't make sense. And you know what the Edomite in front of me said? She said, "Why can't you just believe it?" She slammed her fist on the table and she turned super red. Psalms 10 and 4. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. So if you were wondering, why doesn't he acknowledge the Most High? How come it's so easy for you to know that there's a higher power, but to him, he always believes in logic. To him, it's he excludes the Most High. If you're wondering why, it's because the Most High is not in all his thoughts. All praises, honors, and glories be unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem HaKodash. All honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone, they do indeed well. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the members of the elect, the elect on 1/3. With that being said, Shalom. Barak Akim, the fiercest that listen. Shalom.